Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another FTB Beyond short here from my creative world. This is a series in which we expand on some of the ideas we've been through in my latest main episode. So if you haven't seen episode 33 of my FTB Beyond Season 1 series, then go back and have a look at that and then come back to this video because we're going to be spoilers basically, spoilers. So I will let you go and do that and I'll join you back in a minute. So we've been working with embers and immersive engineering to create a very urban dwarven feel, and over here in my creative world I've created a couple of analogues and some block charts to try and help me along with this, and I still want your input into kind of a final design. So I decided today I would show you exactly what I've done. So this is everything I've built so far. Just to give you an idea of this, these are what the coke and the coke oven and the blast furnace will look like. So we are 5x5 and the actual coke oven is this kind of 3x3 block here. And the same with this, the kind of middle 3x3 here is the blast furnace, a crude blast furnace. Now this isn't a fully automated design, it is more of an aesthetic thing than a functional thing, because over time this isn't going to produce a huge amount. This is basically just to get yourself started, get new players started so that they can get into the different mods. So you can come here, you can grab some coal coke, you can come here, you can grab some steel. Or once this comes through, I've just taken some out here. So all we need to do is take the slag out, take the steel out, and this will continue to run. So it does have some manual upkeep, but it's not too bad, I suppose. And I do quite like the design of these. They are a bit big, blocky and chunky, but I think we may be able to do something with chisel and bits once these are in place, hopefully anyway. I haven't really tried chisel and bits with these, but I would imagine we'll be able to. This is what the half coil from embers it looks like underneath, and I do have underneath here, we just go down to here, we have an embers activator being charged by a dimensional transceiver here which has got ember crystals running through it from a creative chest at the moment, but we do have a fair few around at our base. So we'll be able to fuel this for quite a while. But this is, again, something which those half coils aren't actually being used. So it is essentially, I suppose, wasting these embers. So we are going to have to get a good quantity of these so we can actually use them as decorative things as well. That is okay though, because embers is quite an early game mod. It's only got ore duplication in it, where we can get kind of ore triplication and quadrupling and stuff like that. So a lot of the stuff in embers, especially the kind of a centrifuge and the more involved machines, are purely to get this dawnstone. And so you can see here I've got a few different materials. I'll show you this one first. I've got a block palette here of all the different blocks in immersive engineering and in embers. So you have hempcrete, concrete tiles, leaded concrete, camonite blocks, ashen stone, ashen tiles, ashen bricks, dawnstone blocks and corestone. And this is essentially what they all look like together. And so from this palette I started creating a little design here. I knew that we had the camonite around this halfstone, so it seemed okay to put the camonite in the middle, like that. And then to bring the camonite, well, if we have a look again over here, the camonite doesn't really look very good butted up against any of this materials, any of these materials. And so I've bordered that again in the ashen tiles, because this does mix much better with the hempcrete, with the concrete, and with the various other different blocks. And it also looks really nice with this dawnstone. I wasn't too sure about this dawnstone at first, however, as a decorative block, I do actually really quite like it on the floor now. It looks like it radiates light, even though it doesn't, but it looks like it should do. Here I've tried some factory blocks as well with chisel, just to see what they're like, and I really do like the mix between the ashen tiles and the factory blocks here. On the other side we have the kind of the purple wireframe ones instead of just the wireframe ones, so these are kind of a more used look, and again these do mix in really quite nicely with the ashen tiles here. So I'm not too sure about which one I would want to use, but they both do look good. I also really like the kind of clash or the mix between the ashen tiles and this factory grate here. I think it's much better than these ones. On the side here I've got some Tyrian from Chisel, but I don't particularly like, to be honest, so I'm not actually going to use this, but I kept it in just to show you one of these because I thought this was one of the blocks that people may say may work. And over here I've just got the regular factory blocks of a rusty plate and the dotted rusty plates here as well. I'm not overly keen on this one at all. I think this one does work well, but I think it's a little bit flat. It would be nice if kind of these rivets stuck out a bit more, almost like these rivets on here. So that's that. And then I tried to work out what to use as a roofing material. So up here I started working with this iron sheet metal. I actually started over here just placing stuff down, working out what would work with the concrete, and it seemed like the iron sheet metal would work really well. And it does, but I wanted to see a couple of other different designs, and I've kept in even ones I don't want. So we've got the aluminium sheet metal here, which is probably the closest one that I would choose, but I still think the iron one is better. We have electrum sheet metal, silver sheet metal, gold sheet metal, we have dawnstone, and then we have a few different factory blocks here, 1, 2 and 3. And then we've got two different types of blocks of diamond from Chisel, which I didn't know what they look like at all, but I just thought I'd put them down. They're terrible. The block of cobalt and these factory blocks here. I love this block of cobalt design. I absolutely love it, and I think it would look amazing in a lot of different builds. A lot of builds that I would really like to make, but not this one. Definitely not this one. So I think I have settled on the iron sheet metal here, and of course I have put in a couple of smokers in each of these stacks here just to give a nice billow of smoke out of the top. So windows. We've had a lot of problems with windows before, trying to work out exactly which windows to use in my kind of main spawn house, and I wanted to use something very different here, but I still wanted it to look like windows. And especially windows in a factory where it's much more kind of leaded and kind of structured, much more structure to the windows. So it's not just a single massive great big plate, because if that gets broken then there's a huge hole in the building. Whereas a lot of factories and kind of commercial building, well not commercial but industrial buildings, will use very, very small panes of glass within a much larger pane. Very much like these. So this is reinforced glass from Industrial Craft 2, and I think it fits the bill really nicely. So let me know if there's any other windows that you do like in this pack that may suit this kind of building more. This isn't exactly how it's going to look. The windows are much fewer and farther between than they are here. So these will be smaller. They'll kind of be, I don't know, maybe a 2x3 like that. Every so often. I don't want a huge amount of windows in the building, and I don't want them too big either. I don't want to take up the entire of the building like they do in my spawn base. And then I suppose finally we have doors. So we have spruce doors here, we have Weng doors, we have industrial doors or reinforced doors from Industrial Craft. These need some pressure plates. We have walnut doors and we have teak doors. I think these teak doors are much better for indoor use. So these are kind of interior doors more than anything. So I actually really think, and so are these, and these are more of the barn door. So I actually think it is a real toss-up between the walnut doors, which do look more kind of commercial. You can see through them, and they do look almost like a shop front door, which I do quite like, or the reinforced doors, which just makes this look like a big bunker, which I do quite like, and they do look like stone, so it's kind of very in keeping with the dwarves as well. So let me know again if there's any other doors you want me to have a look at, or if there's anything in molasses doors you think would be even more suitable for this kind of building. just to show you the rest of this stuff here, I've put down all of the different types of scaffolding that are available. We may use these as actual scaffolding up to the gangway. I've used these for the gangway at the moment, or I suppose the catwalk around the room. There is these ones as well. These may be more suitable. I shall have to have a look. I think I do prefer the one with the wood on it though. And we have the different woods. I'm going to use these as kind of decoration blocks as well. I don't think I'm going to have any kind of major wooden floors apart from maybe the catwalk around the side. And then I've added in just a couple of other things just to see what blocks would tile well together. And I found Tyrian. Tyrian is a really nice block. I do really like this design, and this design actually, but again, they're not for this build at all. Anyway, that is all we've got time for today. This is only a little short episode. Thank you for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please give it a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.